Welcome back to our channel. I am Terry and Elaine. Once again, we are here to share with you tips and tricks of how we navigate through our journey right here on Autistic Edge. We are here to share with you some tips on how to develop patience with children on the autism spectrum. Even parents with children who are not on the spectrum or have disabilities, they themselves have to exercise some amount of patience in dealing with these children. So you can imagine that those on the spectrum or even with other disabilities, it can be very, very, very challenging for them. So we want to share with you this evening some tips on how to develop patience. Now, these tips that we are sharing with you, we have practiced most of, if not all of them. We have practiced elements of all of them. We are not 100% there yet, I must tell you, but we are growing parents. We have learned and we have come a long way. They have helped us, they have worked for us, and we just want to share them with you. Now, developing patience with children on the autism spectrum, it's an important aspect of parenting. And it's not only for parents, for teachers as well, for caregivers, for professionals, or just about anyone who have to work with children, and more so children on the autism spectrum. Now, tip number one, try to understand their behavior. It's important to understand that children on the spectrum are still developing. We are speaking specifically about children on the spectrum for this channel. However, these tips can be applied generally for all our children. Now, remember, our children are still developing, right? They may not be at the same level of self-control as adults do. So we need to try and understand that, right? Now, when we understand their behavior, we are better able to have a different approach to our behavior. We can approach with empathy and understanding when we have an understanding of their behavior, right? So firstly, just try to understand what is happening with the child. Understand the situation before we take any action. All right, I know it's hard, parents, but we can try. All right, tip number two, take a break. Take a break. It is important. If you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like you're getting frustrated, take a break. Step away from the situation for a while. Take a few deep breaths as well. If you're not able to take a few breaths, count from 1 to 10. This is also a good strategy. Try to calm down before you address the situation. Our first and natural instinct as parents, and we are first human, of course, so I understand our first instinct at times when we see a situation is to get upset and to get angry. But try to calm down before we deal with the issue or before we address the issue. Try not to address the issue in anger. It helps when you are more at peace. You make better judgment in terms of handling situation, and of course you have better results. All right. Tip number three, set realistic expectation. Set realistic expectation. We want to know and understand what your child can do from what your child cannot do at different ages, right? And when I say set realistic expectation, this can help you to avoid frustration. For example, a child on the spectrum, Alex Xavier is on the spectrum, and he's also ADHD. ADHD means attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Now what that means, he's not able to sit still for any long period or prolonged period of time. Now, it is unrealistic for me to expect that Alex will sit down for a 3 hour straight without wanting to get up, whether go to the restroom or just to walk about, or especially if what is happening is not of any interest to him. Now that is unrealistic. It's unrealistic because he's ADHD. So if I put him to sit in that chair and I said, you are going to sit there for the next 3 hours and don't move. Now that's an unrealistic expectation. If that child move before the time, you are going to get angry. You are angry because that expectation that you set for the child was unrealistic. Now, we need to understand the children's age and stage and their capability. Now, there is a difference between being able and being capable. Now, if a child is capable of doing something, or let's put it this way, a child can be capable of doing something, but they are not able to do it at this time. So we have a child here with a developmental disorder, and Alex is nonverbal. Guess what? Alex is capable of speaking, and from what we have been doing and the strategies that we have implemented with him so far, he's capable of speaking. However, at this point in time, he's not able to fluently do so. So therefore, we must understand the level of which our child or children are on the spectrum and be realistic with our expectation, because being realistic helps us to avoid the frustration. Tip number 4, use positive reinforcement. Now, when a child displays good behavior, praise them, reward them for the good behavior. When you reward them, this can help to reinforce the positive behavior, and it will also motivate them to continue to do well. So encourage the good behavior when we see that. Even when a situation is bad sometimes, you have to look at it from a different perspective. Changes our perspective, change our mindset, change our approach at times. It gives better solutions. And let me give you this example. This one was really funny. I was washing the bathroom. I did not know that Alex was watching me. So here I was pouring in my disinfectant and everything and washing out my bowl. I like to keep it clean because you just don't know when he's gonna put his hand in or something, because they are just children, right? Now later that said evening, I was just relaxing a little bit just to, prepare myself for the next task for the evening. But then I heard some shuffling in the other bathroom. So I realized Alex was in the restroom. So I quickly went to see what he was doing. Let me tell you something. When I got into the bathroom, I was nowhere ready, prepared mentally for what I was about to see. When I went into the bathroom, Alex did number 2. For those of us who are culturally challenged, he defecates. Now, Alex decided that he was going to wash the bathroom too. So after he defecated, he got up and he took up the toilet brush and he started to wash the bathroom with the poo in the bowl. Now, let me tell you something, friends. When I stood at the bathroom doorway and looked at the bowl and the brush, oh God, that was a scene. That is all I can tell you. Parents, if you have experienced it, you will understand what I'm talking about. The brush was a complete mess. I can laugh about it now. I closed my eyes. It was all smelly and everything, but I still took a deep breath. Now, I stood there for a couple of seconds and I was wondering what I should do. And what do you think? Alex finished the task and then neatly tucked the brush away in the brush holder with all the feces on it. And then he looked up at me, and when he looked me straight in the eyes, as if he was looking for a confirmation, because guess what? He did something very good. Friends, let me tell you something. My Autistic Edge family, this was a moment that challenged my patience. It challenged my thinking. It challenges, how am I going to approach a situation like this? Am I going to yell and scream because of all the mess? Well, let me tell you something. I am growing, I am improving, guys, because you know what my approach was? I just gently hugged him and I said to him, Alex, you did a fabulous job. But guess what? You missed one step in the process. He did everything fine. I mean, yes, I am seeing the exclamation on your face. You must be laughing. You must have all kind of exclamation on your face now. And I understand. I laugh if you have to laugh. But it is the reality check. No, because I immediately changed my mindset, my approach, and everything towards that situation. No, this never happens overnight. It takes time. It takes practice to learn these kind of self-discipline. No, I can only tell you that it's the Lord that just give me that kind of response, because it was messy. It was horrible. But you know, I just said, Alex, you did well. You just missed one step in the process. And the step was, it was okay to wash the bowl, but he just didn't flush before he brushed. And guess what? I just simply clean up, flush. As messy as it was, I just had to flush, clean up. And then when I was through cleaning up the bathroom, what I did, I pour a little disinfectant in. This is after I was finished cleaning up. I pour a little disinfectant in, and then I gave him the brush and I allow him to wash, to just show him, yeah, this is what it looks like, you know, when you just give him the feel of it. Because guess what? Children live what they learn. He saw me doing it and he feels that whenever he uses the bathroom, this is what's supposed to happen. So he was practicing cleanliness. So sometimes we just have to use the situation as an education moment. What is it? What is in it for me as a parent? And what is the lesson learned here for the child? He did well. He just skipped a process. If he had flushed that toilet, then I wouldn't have a challenge. But he decided that, of course, it was dirty. Wash it out, yes? Okay, good. I see you laughing with all that one. But tip number 5, practice empathy. You know, try to put yourself at times in the child's shoe to understand what they might be feeling, what they might be thinking, and your approach. You know, this will help you to be more compassionate, and this will help you to be more, you know, more patient as well. Because can you imagine if I took a different approach when I saw him with all that mess? He probably would have think, I'm not gonna do this again. Mommy thought that I did something wrong. And I can tell you, he probably would not have done it again. If I had slapped him or something, then you know, he's gonna think that he did something wrong. But in reality, when you look at the situation, he didn't do anything wrong. He was trying to clean up after himself, which is okay. So what we do is use that as a teaching moment to help him to understand that process, that important process that he had missed has caused all that mess. But he did well. For me, excellent for Alex Xavier. Now, tip number 6, and this is a very important step, and it's a very important tip as well. Seek support. It is imperative to have a support system in place when you are dealing with children with disability or children on the spectrum. Ensure you have a support system. You know, at times we tend to focus on the child. We tend to forget about who is caring for the child. Now, as parents, it can be very overwhelming because we are thinking about work, we are thinking about home, we're thinking about planning for your family. There are just so much going on, and you also have to think about yourself, caring for yourself. You For me, I am not only a mother, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, right? I'm an accountant, so therefore I have to think about my job. But there is a time when you have to try to balance somewhere between. And balancing all these important expectations at a time can be challenging for any parent, especially if you have children on the spectrum. Don't be afraid to seek support from family, friends, and even professionals. If you think you have challenges managing your emotions, and overall, seek professional help. Talk to a counselor, talk to a psychiatrist, talk to your pastor, talk to somebody. If you even have a good friend, sometimes we know what we need to do. We have the answers to our situation, but sometimes we just need a break to just relax, unwind, recoup, get a hold of ourselves, and then we have better outcome with our children going forward. For us, we have friends that are family. My husband refers to them as family by, you have family by blood and you also have family by love. Now, we have some families that are really, really, really by love, and we just want to big up, we're not going to call their names here, but they know themselves, and we just want to big up those family by love that we have. We have family by love who will just sit up with us in the nights when Alex is unable to sleep and we have to sit up, and they'll be on the phone with us, encouraging us or just chit-chatting with us, just to make sure that we don't fall asleep and leave him alone in the house. We have those kind of friends. We have our nighttime friends. Yeah, big up yourself, my nighttime friends who always. We have some other friends who would just stop by and just say, listen, I come to give you a break. Go and go sleep. And we just leave them run around and play, or Alex will just go and play. And my husband and I will get some time to rest, either him or myself or both of us. We get some time to kind of chill and rest. How could we forget our caregivers? Yeah, we have two caregivers. We have a full-time caregiver, we have a part-time caregiver. And let me tell you something, these are two fabulous ladies. They have done well in helping us to even balance ourselves at times, and we want to say, thank you to them. So, parents, seek support. And if you don't have one now, try and get a support system. It's important. It's seeking support. And if you're seeking support from friends, make sure, or even family members, make sure they are the positive family members. Make sure they are positive friends. But when you have positive people around you, it will generate positive behavior. You have positive vibes that even in the midst of challenges, you feel good, you enjoy yourself, and you wonder how you keep smiling through the storm. Now, remember, parents, developing patience with children, it takes time and it takes practice. Make it a lifestyle. Practice consistently with these tips and strategies. Greater patience strengthens your relationship with your children. Thank you once again for joining us in this another episode of Living on the Autistic Edge. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and make sure, if you haven't done so yet, subscribe. And guess what? Hit that notification bell that the next time we produce another content, you will be notified. Thank you.